Dear students, I am Mahesh Javalkar from Maratha Polytechnic, and today I am posting my eighth video on analog electronic circuits, in which I am going to tell about what is UPS. Okay, so let's see the outline of this. So outline of this presentation says that the first one is what is the definition of UPS. Second one, a type of UPS which is called as online UPS. Third one also is a type of UPS which is called as offline UPS. And fourth one is the applications of UPS. Okay. So if you define UPS, UPS means uninterruptible power supply. Okay. It is a type of power supply system that contains a battery to maintain power, to provide power to electronic circuits in the event of a power surge or outage or power failure. Okay, so it is having a battery. UPS will be having a battery, and it will see that when the main power fails, the battery supplies the required power to the electronic appliance or electronic system. So the power supply which is given to the electronic system is uninterrupted. It is not interrupted, it is uninterrupted. So it is called as uninterruptible power supply. Okay, the other definition I have also given: an uninterruptible power supply, UPS, also known as a battery backup, provides a backup power when your regular power source fails. When the regular power source fails or voltage drops to an unacceptable level. So when a power fails, then by the use of a battery which is there in UPS, which is charged when the main power was there, that charged power in the battery will be provided to the electronic appliance for certain emergency time. Okay, or depending on the battery capacity, you can have the time period for how much it can give the backup. Okay, so it is a power supply which will give power to the electronic circuit or electronic appliance uninterruptibly, even when the main power fails, even when the main power goes off. This will supply the power to the critical applications. Okay, then in UPS there are two types. One is called as online UPS and another one is called as offline UPS. So first we will see what do you mean by online UPS here. Okay, so online UPS, here you can see the AC mains. Here you can see the AC mains is given, which can be your 230-volt, 50 hertz AC supply. This is your AC supply, alternating quantity. Okay, then it is given to a charger or a rectifier which will convert AC to DC. AC to DC is done here. That DC will be charging the battery. Okay, that DC will be charging the battery, and that DC is also given to a inverter. So a inverter is one which will convert DC to AC, and then that AC is given to your a critical load, the important load over here, critical load. Okay, load. Okay, that means the main whatever you are having here, the main supply is always connected to the inverter, and then it is always connected to the load, and it is also charging the battery. Okay, so whenever the supply goes off, this battery will provide the DC, and that DC will be converted to AC by the inverter, and it will be given to the load. If any of the hardware of this circuit fails, then a direct connection is given through auto bypass to the main, and the load will be connected directly to the mains if the UPS hardware fails. Okay. Otherwise, it is online UPS. It is called online because the AC mains is directly connected to battery always, and it is also converted to inverter always. Okay. So the main supply goes through the battery also, goes to the inverter also, and if there is a power failure, the battery will come into picture and it will provide the DC to the inverter, which is converted to AC and given back to the load. So this is online, because with AC means online, same series line, battery also is connected and inverter also is connected. Next, students, we will go to see what do we mean by offline UPS. So in offline UPS also, you will see that AC mains is given here. So here you can see you are giving your AC mains, that is your 230-volt, 50 hertz supply. Okay, and that is given through a filter to the load directly. Okay, and then that also is given to a battery charger where AC to DC conversion takes place. That DC will charge the battery. Okay, and then that battery is also connected to a path where DC is converted to AC, and again that path is connected to load. Okay, now whenever there is power supply is there, at that time the mains will be directly connected to the load via the EMI RFI filter or the surge suppressor. So here it is directly connected to the load. Okay, so here it is directly connected to the load. But once the power goes off at that time, this switch here will be connected to this line. This switch will be connected to this line. So here, what will happen is your battery, whatever it is charged, that charged will be DC, and that DC will come. Okay, so that DC will come here, and that DC is taken, it is converted to AC and then given to the load via this path. Okay, that means whenever there is failure of power supply, the battery will provide the power. Otherwise, the mains is directly connected to the load via EMI or RFI filter. Okay, so this is your offline UPS. Okay, then we'll go to see what are the UPS applications. The applications of a UPS include: it is used in data centers, it is used in industries, it is used in telecommunication, it is used in hospitals, it is used in banks and insurance, and some special projects, events, wherever a critical load is there, wherever a power failure takes place, or if the power is not up to the mark. Okay, in that case the UPS will come into picture, and the battery which is there in the UPS will provide that kind of power for that particular application for that specific period of time when it is critically important. Okay, that is why it is called as uninterrupted power supply. Okay. Thank you, students. So in this video, you have seen what do you mean by uninterruptible power supply UPS, and in that we have seen two types: online UPS and offline UPS. And lastly, we saw the applications of UPS. Okay. Thank you very much.